So we're going to be on the mat. In a cat-cow position. We'll just check in with our bodies and see how it feels today. Palms directly under the shoulders. Starting with a small range of movement until we mobilise. One more. Then we're going into child's pose, knees with a small gap. Coming down, extending the arms. And pushing the bum down into your heels of your feet. From here, we're going to cat stretch out into the half plank position. Ribcage in, belly button to spine. Palms direct under the shoulders, and cat stretch back out into child's pose. We'll do that again, total of 5 times. Enjoying the cat stretch in and out. Exhale as you come into child's pose, inhale out to lengthen the spine. One more. As we warm up the shoulders. So now from here we're going to come down, elbows to the back of the room, chest to floor, and up again, and cat stretch out. Now if you can't go all the way down, do a small pulse. You're still working the same muscle groups with the pulse. Keep your elbows tucked in and back of the room if you want to tone the triceps, the back of the arms. Looking for a total of 10 or as many as you can. And you should start to feel a pinching at the back of the arm, just above the elbow. Shouldn't be painful, just discomfort, burning. You might feel it on your shoulders as well, because these muscles are also being used. Another 5 if you can. If you need to split it up, shake your arms off and come back into it. That's absolutely fine. You're the boss. A couple more, and then we'll rest in child's pose. One more. And we might start to shake out the depth too much, because that'll naturally increase as you get stronger. You'll just want to go down further. Good. Making sure your chest is level and comes down the same amount as your hips. And keep pushing them shoulders down away from your ears. We'll do another 2 and then rest in child's pose. Oh, good. Rest. And you can bring in some wrist circles if that feels good, if you're feeling a bit on your wrists. Good. Taking your time to come into a seated position, just anyone that you feel comfortable with, as we start warming up and working the shoulders. I'm going to work on shoulder strength, mobility, endurance, fitness. I'm going to come out, arms to the side. Small circles backwards. So leading with the shoulders. So you're keeping the extension in your elbows, it's not really moving. Deep breaths, sitting tall, untucking the pelvis. Deep breaths to those working muscles. Good. Another 20 circles. And if you start to feel a burning sensation deep in the shoulder girdle, you know it's working. Let it burn. So you might feel like you're fatiguing on one side quicker than the other. That's just you working out your imbalances. 10, 9, 6. Shake off and bring them down, or pulses for 30. 2, 3, 4. Shoulder height, 5. As we work the back of the shoulder, pushing your shoulder blades together, bringing in the upper back work as well. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Big circles back. Still sitting tall. When you're ready, coming back out to the side, beginning those circles backwards. Deep breaths, just a burning discomfort. Try and get used to it. Know that it's a normal ache and just try and breathe normal. This is stress. So the more you're able to train yourself to breathe normal, the more you're dealing with stress in a positive way. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest or pulse back. Shoulder blades together, touching each other. Ooh, burny, burny. So stop and start as much as you need to. Shake off and back in. 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Burning. It's a good ache, it's a good ache. Big circles back. We're just waiting for them, although we've returned back to a normal breathing by now, likely. Just waiting for our muscles to get their energy back and regenerate. Last time, out to the side, little circles. So you've made it this far, you can do it one last time. Just stop and start as much as you need to. Just keeping shoulder height, shoulders down away from ears, make sure you're not tensed up. Chest proud for posture. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pulse. 20, 19. Shoulder blades together, squeezing them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Big circles back. We've worked some of the posterior and the upper back as you're pushing your shoulder blades together. Now we're going to isolate pec minor and front shoulder, which we kind of done with the push-ups. You work in the anterior shoulder. So sitting tall does get easier as well. I'm going to bring our arms out to the side. Shoulder height again, shoulders down. Make sure you're not rounding your back, so pulling them shoulder blades together. I'm going to begin a little pulse for 20, 19. 10, 9, 7, 6. Release or hold. Deep breaths. So really functional. We do this in everyday life, lifting stuff, picking babies up. So try and keep checking in with your shoulders and keep pushing back your shoulders, blades, so they're touching each other. For posture, chest proud. 5, 4, 2, 1, and release. Good. Shoulder circles back. full range of movement. Notice any clicks or any tightness. I feel tightness when I come down, and I feel a tightness in my lower back. One more. Good, back up. Round 2, pulses, 20. Again, check in with your shoulders, push them back. I see ya. 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, and hold. Deep breaths. 10, 9, everyone's doing fantastic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Big shoulder circles back. It's all right. See how she is with that. Round 3, final round before moving on. Let's go for it. Pulse, 20. Shoulders back, chest proud. Using them lower back extensors to keep you upright. 10, 9, good. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Deep breaths, slowly exhaling through the mouth. 5, 3, 2, 1, and release. Big shoulder circles, grab a drink, well done. Let's see how your shoulders feel in cat-cow. You've obviously been working your back there. I know, baby. Going for 5. Good. Tuck in the toes underneath the heels. Good bend in the knees, coming back into a downward dog. Pushing your hips back to the ceiling. This requires some stability work in the shoulders, so it's strengthening. And you can go ahead and paddle those feet. So if you want to make it a bit easier, good bend at the knee. 5, 4, 2, 1. Bringing them knees down, release, cat-cow. 5. Untucking the toes. 1. Good, tucking those toes underneath, push back into that down dog again. Paddling those feet for 10. Nice stretch in the calves. You might start to feel a shakiness in the shoulders as they're being overloaded. They're going to get stronger now if you get your protein. 2, 1. Good. Bring the knees back down. Cat-cow. Untucking the toes. One more. Good. Carefully taking your time coming down into the prone position. Now I saw this exercise last night, rehab exercise for shoulders and excellent for rounded shoulders, great for upper posture. If somebody shifts. Okay, this is your starting position. So I'm gonna, palms face the floor out, so you don't want your hands to touch the floor. Of course, if you need the rest, go ahead and do that. So hands not touching the floor, coming down to this height. Then you flip the palms so they're facing the ceiling and coming back up, so squeezing the shoulders together. So coming back, flipping the palms halfway out to the side, flipping, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So try your best not to touch the floor. You'll feel a burning sensation in the back of the shoulders. And that's what we want, that's what we're aiming for. Looking for 10. So we're playing with time under tension, we're slowing down the reps. Whew, feeling that burn. So if you're feeling any burn in these weaknesses, another 3. If you need to pause at any point, I just needed to there. If the burning is getting too much, don't feel bad about it. Good, and rest. I'm going to carefully come up into child's pose and stretch the back off. What do you want? Here's your ring. Round 2, I'm going to try that again. So you're in a bit of so you're coming from here, shoulder press, flip, squeezing the shoulders together and then reversing it. Shift. Excuse me, can you do your downward dog somewhere else? That's from watching all of us, I'm telling you.
You get extra points for laughing while you're doing this.
Yes. So we're looking for 10. Nice cobra. Another 3. You're getting watched. It's like, what's she doing? Oh, yeah. One more. So if it's burning the back of the shoulders, that's what we're aiming for. Oh. Rest. Well done. And just rock your forehead on your mat, left and right. Child's pose into a nice child's pose stretch. Oh, shift. See ya. Okay, coming back down into the dorsal raises. So it'll be interesting to see how we feel this now. We've pre-exhausted the posterior shoulders. So just the normal ones out to the side. Again, we're looking for 15 to 20. Another 5, 4, 1 more. Good. Child's pose, stretch it out. Good. Last round, dorsal raises. So obviously we've made it a little bit harder this week with that new exercise, time under tension, which means it's progressive, which means that we need to build more strength and lean muscle tone. Just make sure you get your protein, at least 100 grams a day. You'll notice yourself feeling less hungry as well if you're filling up on protein. Helps with sugar cravings. Another 10. Four. 2 more if you can. Excellent. Child's pose, stretch it out. Feel that nice tightness because we've trained those muscles, are fatigued. Last arm exercise before we move on to ab work. So toes tucked under heels, palms directly under your shoulder. To make it harder, you can always go into the full plank position. No, thank you. Just see how you get on. Shoulder taps, so one arm, so you're not shaking left to right, you're stable, your pelvis is stable, rib cage in, belly button into spine. Deep breaths, looking for 20. So you're putting that body weight on one shoulder joint at a time that is fatigued, challenging its stability and strength again. If you wanted to do 10 like that, see how you feel, then do another 10 in the full plank. That's completely up to you. I'm feeling it more in a full plank, so that's what I want. You're the boss. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release, child's pose. So hopefully you felt a bit of more of a burning in the shoulder as you were doing that. Last round next. So again, feel free to do half and half. I think I'll do half full plank, then half bent. Just make sure you're stable, you're not swinging left to right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, down, 1. Very good. 5, excellent, 6, 9, 10. When you've finished your last rep, back into child's pose. Next, we're going to come on to our bums. I'm going to isolate the triceps one last time. Get a good burning going. So palms are faced your feet, shoulders down away from ears, chest proud. I'm going to bend the elbows back, taking some weight, as far down as what feels comfortable, and then straighten that arm. So it's a bit like a pulse, a tricep dip pulse. The more you squeeze the back of the arm, so you're not fully extending, you're not locking out that elbow joint, you're always leaving a slight bend, but you should start to feel some cramping, burning, tension in the back of the arm, just above the elbow. That's what we're searching for. Looking for another 5, 4. Will you get up? One more. Good. Shaking off the arms. And notice when you extend and flex, you can feel the tension in the back of the arm. It's got quite tight. Just get used to how these feel because you know that it's normal. Okay, second into the second set. Let's as many as you can with that burning. Again, this is a stabilizing exercise for the shoulders, so you'll feel it there as well. Keep that chest proud. Another 3, 2, feeling it, good. Shake off, shake off, shake off. You can sit this one out, or if you want achy triceps tomorrow, let's go in for the last 10. So you can use your core to bring you up as well, to put less weight on the tricep. The more weight, the more toning. 3, 4. It gets harder and harder to straighten them arms. 6, 7, good. Last 3 if you can. 2, 1 more. Well done. Grab a drink if you need one. He's in a good mood. Making our way over to the semi-supine position. We'll bring in some relaxation breath work between our exercises. One leg into tabletop. Let's push our spine into the floor and fully imprint into the mat by using our core muscles. So having a poke around, make sure they're switched on. The other legs are extended, coming up and down for 10. So you're really loading that lower core. Again, if that lower back rises as your legs coming down, don't come down as far. We don't want to get rid of that connection, that imprint in the back. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Rest, stay here, or bring in the progression, squeezing up for another 10. Again, stop and start as much as you need to. 3, it's meant to be challenging you. 4, exhale, coming up. Last 5, 2, 1 more. Good. Rest in semi-supine. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Five altogether. One more. Nice stretch for the shoulders as well. Okay. Same again, but opposite side. Up and down, fully imprinting. Not bring for 10. Not bringing the upper into it just yet. As we load that lower core, you might feel at the top of the thigh. That's normal. Another 5. 3. 1 more. Stay here, pause, or let's go for the last 10 and rest. So building endurance and strength as we're continuing when normally we would stop. So again, it's progressive. 4, 5, let it burn. 7, 9, 1 more. Oh, well done. Oh, struggled there. Inhale, arms rise. One more. Okay, last couple of ab exercises, rib cage in, belly button to spine as we hold this position. If you can't bring your legs that straight, just do it like a bend in it, whatever you're able to do. And then if you want to straighten them every few seconds, just to build that strength in the quads and hip flexors and lower core. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. So deep breaths. Again, you're training stress in a positive way. You're still doing it. You're building that confidence. You're still doing it whilst under discomfort. Builds that efficacy. 10. 2, 1. Kick ups to the ceiling as we load that lower core more. Looking for 10 kick ups, bringing the hips off the floor if you can, or trying to, because then you use the same muscle groups. 4, 3, 2. Coming down with control. One more. Good. Whew. Inhale, arms rise. Another 2 as we rest. Same again last time, and then relaxation stretch work. I'm going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Deep breaths, straight as you can get your legs. Everyone's got to start from somewhere. It wasn't that long ago I had to have my legs really bent. So it's just strengthening the hip flexors. That's all that's needed. And then you're able to get stronger abs. Keeping that curve in your back away, pushing your stomach into the mat. 3, 2, 1. Hip kicks to the ceiling, leading with the hips, not the legs. Going for 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Oh, hello. Inhale. Well done. In through the nose, out through the lips. So we've got a lot of blood flow to any injured tissues or any sniggles, which is going to help with repair and rehab. Okay, whilst we're on our backs, I'm going to bring our feet together and just carefully bringing our knees out to the side. Just going to relax here. Deep breath. Notice where that tension is. Should be in the inner thigh, the groin. Is it on one side more than the other? Try and sink in every few seconds, every exhale, just letting go and sinking further into the stretch. Taking your time, bring your knees together for these spinal twists. So actually we'll push our hips over to the right and our knees go over to the left, stacking the hips on top of each other and ideally the knees. And both shoulders should be on the floor. That's where you want to be first. So deep breaths, can take a few seconds. You'll notice yourself give a little bit. And if that feels okay, move over, look over to the opposite direction, but both shoulders should be on the floor. If you want to increase the stretch, go ahead and grab the top of that leg, and you can extend the top leg as well to add more weight into that stretch. Exhale. Every inhale, feel your belly rise, pushing you out of that stretch a little bit. Then on the exhale, feel your belly fall, moving you further into that stretch. So we're not forcing anything, we're just becoming a dead weight and learning to let go of the tension, the stress. Can also be trauma releasing. It takes seconds, minutes in this stretch to fully let go. Such small muscle groups and fibres tense up to protect, stopping us getting deep into the stretch. The longer we hold it, the more switch off. From here, take your time and bringing one leg out, another as you're swapping over. So it can be a bit stiff, so just take your time. So pushing the hips over to the left this time, knees over to the right. Stacking those hips, see how that feels first. Settle into it, make sure your shoulders are on the floor. How does this side feel? I feel particularly tight on the sides of my stomach and around my ribs. So if you are feeling any tightness, just be patient with it. It's there for a reason. Hello. That feels okay now, or better? Move into the stretch by looking the opposite way. And if you want to increase the stretch further, so treat every side differently. Just because you could on the other side doesn't mean it's ready to progress the other side. So extend that top leg and grab hold of the back of the thigh and rest the arm. Keep surveying your body, making sure that you're switching off those muscle fibers and just sinking in, learning to let go of the tension. Just got my iPad. Taking your time coming out of this position. We're going to swivel over onto our front prone position. Here's your sock back. She wore it as a hat. So starting position, forehead to your hands. Peekaboo. So we're going to work our way into a sphinx or even a cobra stretch here, looking for a bit of a back bend. Now I feel going over straight into the sphinx or cobra is quite harsh, the more I've been doing it and learning about it. So we're just going to settle into the mat in this position and feel your pelvis, your hips sink. It should feel okay, hopefully. If you've got no tension and it feels all right, with wide elbows, you can lift yourself ever so slightly with wide elbows. So it's a bit like a sphinx, but you're not like shoulder width apart, you're wider. And then again, work to settle those hips into the floor and you should feel a deep, deep stretch / discomfort. It's not painful, it's a different kind of stretch in the base of your back. So like I said, going into full cobra, it's quite harsh that. I think this is a much nicer way. So you're getting used to, your body's getting used to what you're about to do, if it feels comfortable. So if this is enough for you, just stay here and work in deepening the stretch by just letting go of the tension. So you might feel that your quads, your thighs, your quads and thighs will tense up to protect your back or shoulders. Just go ahead and relax them. If that feels okay, bring your elbows a little bit closer together and work again on sinking the hips into the floor. If that feels okay, move ahead again, a little bit higher. I see you. If this isn't a big deal for you and you're absolutely fine with that stretch, you can come into the seal. So fanning your hands out and extending your arms. You'll feel more load in your lower back. Try and sink again, let go. If you don't like that, just come back to where you were. Try and switch off them quads. Takes a few seconds and you actively to sink in. Whew, exhale. Good, and release. And go wider with the elbows until we come slowly down, forehead to hands, and just settle back in as we recover from that stretch. Carefully coming into child's pose, taking your time, might be a bit stiff. So we've done a back bend one way, we're going to do a counter the other side. So just take your time. Might have to come into this very slowly. I'm certainly very stiff or tight when I do that. But over time these things will become less stiff and less tight. Your body will get used to, your spine will get used to moving in these directions. Next we're going to work on pranayama, breath work, relaxation. Just come into any seated position that feels comfortable for you. Thanks, Mum. So make sure you've untucked the pelvis so you're not dumping in the lower back. Untucking the pelvis. Sitting tall, you'll feel your back tense up, shoulders down away from ears. Excellent. If you've got a block, sit on it. If anyone wants this block, it's a bit comfier. Inhale, exhale. So if you don't want to practice this one, you're welcome to do the Pilates breath work, which is in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, the lips. If you want to practice chest, so let's try and bring that in, creating space between each rib. And you'll feel you're able to get more oxygen into the lungs. In through the nose and out through the nose if you're practicing yogic breathing, as it's nice and warming. So the rise of your belly first, then your chest, and your shoulders slightly, and then reversing it, one at a time. It's the yogic breath work. Inhale for 4. Pause for 2 and exhale for 4. If you want to close your eyes, if you haven't already, when you do open them in a few moments, you'll hopefully feel you've had a little micro nap. Still sitting tall. The slower you exhale through the nose, the more relaxation you'll get. Try not to think about anything else other than your breath and how it feels, the rising and falling of your belly and chest, and the numbers as well. Keep rotating those rather than thinking about the future, the past, what's going on. This is time for you to stay present right now, bring it back to the breath. It's not a big deal if you do think about something else, but just keep bringing it back to the breath whenever you realise that you are doing such. Thank you everyone for coming today, and namaste. Hope to see you next